Oh, we good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, make sure we good then. Check. My mic always far away. Slovakia. Okay, we good. My mic always far away. Slovakia. Hold up. Okay.
You sound like that one.
It's like two. Hold on. So to just come my way.
You said what?
It's hold on. I gotta move it. It's too far. Back up the computer a little bit. I don't want our heads to be cut off.
That should be straight right there.
Because when we stand up, it's gonna cut off. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit further. Right there. That should be good.
Try to move the chair and like go back. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. It's a lot.
You gonna try today or no?
If I have to. Okay. Shalom Yabashim Shabakta. Shalom Yahashim Bashim Yahushai. For the sisters, Salakia. Today's the Sabbath service. We are the Israelite School University of Practical Knowledge. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Just want to make that very clear right now. So today we're going to be covering. Still seems kind of. I need to go this way.
It moves a little bit, but
I noticed. Maybe I need to.
You should be sure.
Okay, that's better. Salakia. Today we're going to be talking about. Well, first and foremost, before we even get started, I just want to clap it up for Texas real quick. We can just do that. Shout out to them brothers in Texas, man. You know, holding it down, showing what a real a real hero is supposed to be. You know, going out of their way, making that journey to help out our Haitian brothers and sisters out in Mexico. You know, and shout out to Issachar also for helping them out. You know, so I just wanted to get that out real quick. And today we're going to be going over something a little similar. We're going to be going over Moses. Now, the reason why we're going over Moses today is because what them brothers in Texas displayed over the course of this week was just, I mean, I wish I had another word for brotherly. Like, I feel like that's not even strong enough of a word to describe what these brothers did. Like, you see, like, I don't know if anybody tuned in and watched. If you haven't already, I suggest you do. Like, you see, like, all these camera crews, and you see Esau out there, these other nations and stuff, and all they doing is just recording everything. You get my point? Like, they're not really doing anything to help out refugees. Like, they're not doing anything. You get my point? But it's very strange because at the same time, they're letting Afghanistans into the country by the multitude. That just goes to show, like, Esau knows who the Lord's chosen people are. Like, you'll help out the Afghans, but you won't help out the Haitians. You know, and if I could real quick before we get started, like the obstacles that these brothers had to go through in order to even get the supplies, like that just shows you that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
Because they had to, it wasn't even just the trip. They got stopped by Border Patrol. And at one point, I believe they said that if they want to give them supplies, they have to give it to the church. And the brothers, they so cold with it. They said, why would we give it to the church? The people are under the bridge. You get my point, but you could see like how they were trying to sway them over to like, yeah, we'll just give it to the church. We'll be good. You think them Haitians would have ever got them supplies? No. Who knows what they would have did with them supplies? But Salakia, for time's sake, we're gonna most high in Christ. Halak, you damn right. Texas strong, most high in Christ. Yes,
if I may too, like what I mean, like the water for everybody tuning in too. I mean, tuning in the Sabbath service, like I mean, we know that this is the Lord's day, and I mean, if I can, like, I want to give y'all a hand too.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Because I mean, like, it takes a lot for I mean people to sacrifice their Saturday morning. I mean to I mean get edified on certain situations, like as far as when it comes to like serving the Most High, like so. I mean, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and I definitely appreciate all the brothers and sisters who put in their input as far as going to that border and I mean, edifying and feeding and sacrificing at the end of the day. Because I think that the word you was looking for was sacrifice. Because
you're right.
I mean, like brothers, like if you watch the One West Radio that we had this week, like brothers didn't know how to get back home. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we're going to touch on that.
Yeah, right.
Give that one away.
Right. But I mean, it was a sacrifice because getting home wasn't the destination. The destination was getting to the people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Getting to the people, to feed the people, to edify the people, and to man, it's just like I don't even really know what much to say.
I know it's like you speechless. It's like
what
they did was just like so great.
You would never ever see a fake Israelite camp doing that.
Most definitely.
You will never see a fake Israelite camp sacrificing that much to the Most High. You know what I'm saying?
Slaki, if I could, what Captain Gadalhar said? He said, where was Black Lives Matter?
Exactly. Thank you.
Where was
I mean,
what was the brother said? The conscious community was unconscious.
Man,
like they wasn't even there. Like, man, Slaki,
it's crazy.
Man, I got to clap it up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Clap it one more time for Texas, man.
It's crazy, man. Like you really don't know sacrifice, and you really don't know. I mean, you got to really step into this truth. Like you have to step into this truth to see everything that you go through, push to the side to sacrifice for your brother. You know what I'm saying? To sacrifice for the people that you know are oppressed and going through, and not just that, they are the people of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The Lord wants these people edified. The Lord wants these people fed and they're princes of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Princes and princesses of the earth. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that we're still having to go through these motions and go through these trials and tribulations, it just shows, like, you know what I mean, the Lord is setting us up for something that is just so great. You know what I'm saying? And it's great that it's great to be a part of the ISUPK, to be an example of how you know what I mean, that I'm sorry, like that bundle of what's the word I'm looking for? When you're going through poverty and then you make it to the promised land, like I can't even say it right now.
I get what you mean.
But
Salaki, if I could though, because we want to get into everything,
right.
For the sake of time and everything, so we're gonna get started with the prayers. So with that, Amijim, just me and the brother up here.
Okay, I'm doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. From the gut, right?
Yeah, whatever.
I used to play the saxophone.
Definitely better than me. Wow. me. So,
La Yasharala.
which is Hebrew for to Israel. Sorry, face me. This a long time ago. Sorry, face me. Amadiam Apanya Hakwadam, which means to stand and face the east. And we're going to be getting started with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Sisters, remember to have your heads covered. Brothers, remember to have your heads uncovered. We're going to get started with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shabka. Yahweh. Malak with Ka. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Baratiza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Natayanawa. Lakum. Call. Yawam. Wasalaknawa. Kabawaknawa. Kasalaknawa. Kabawaknawa. Wala'ah. Tabayanawa. Wadasawa. Habal. Hawashinawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Walala. Wataparath. Walanyam. Aman. The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. And as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Which is the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Bashem. Yahushai. Babakashai. Latanyanawa. Hakat. Lapa'ah. Call. Makalat. Manawat. Hakat. Atahar. Matazariah. Hakat. Laquayim. Amathiam. Hakat. Al. Lakawat. Atama'ala. The Garasham. Ba'asham. Yahushai. The water. Aman. Hakat, the power in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it. The blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahushai. Wa Ma'aka'ala. Wa Alahayim. Matazab Ya'ab. Alawap Yahana. Ha Alawapiam. Hasaranyam. Hakwatazayoyim. Hakayayoyim. Wa Akwathiam. Yahweh. Ba'asham. Yahushai. The water. Aman. The blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahushai. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yohana. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Yanya, Ahayim, Mayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ayim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratiza, Ayatan, Mawat, Regalka, Al, Yanawam, Shemarka, Anah, Ba'ah, Yanawam, Bala'ah, Yasham, Shamar, Yasharala, Yahweh, Shemarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tzalka,
Tzalka,
Ayad,
Ayad,
Yemyamka,
Yimka,
Yawamam,
Yawam,
Hashamash,
Hashamash,
La'a,
La'a,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarath,
Warath,
Balayallah,
Balayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makal,
Makal,
Rai,
Rai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Atnapash,
Atnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Taza'athka,
Taza'aka,
Wa'athka,
Wabawa'apka,
Ma'ita,
Ma'ita,
Wa'ai,
Wa'ai,
Awalam.
Awalam. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord,
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade
The Lord is thy shade
upon thy right hand.
upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahai,
L'chaim,
all,
all,
Kamiyah,
Kamiyah,
Laka,
Laka,
all,
all,
Lakarash,
Lakarash,
La'al,
all,
Lashakwat,
Lashquat,
all,
all,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Kana,
Hana,
Awiyibika,
Yedika,
Yahama,
Yahama,
Yawon,
Yanyon,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al,
Al,
Amaka,
Amaka,
Ya'imwa,
Imwa,
Sawadah,
Sabada,
Waita,
Wata,
Shetazawa,
Tazawa,
Al,
Al,
Tezapawika,
Tazapawanika,
Morwa,
Marwa,
Lakawa,
Yakawa,
Manakakinam,
Kakadam,
Magoya,
Magaya,
Bala'a,
Malaha,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Shum,
Sham,
Yasharala,
Yasharala,
Awada,
Awada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Tazawa,
Natazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadwa,
Yakabwa,
Al-Yaka,
Ayaka,
Bariyath,
Irath,
Yakarathwa,
Yakawafwa,
Alaya,
Aya,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wa,
Wa,
Yashamai,
Yashamai,
Alayam,
Adayam,
Mawa'aba,
Maba'aba,
Bahagoyam,
Margarium,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Waimawan,
Mawam,
Waimalak,
Mamalak,
Palashah,
Palashath,
Abiyashabia,
Yashabia,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gum,
Gum,
Ashawar,
Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Anawa,
Imam,
Aman,
Hayawa,
Hawa,
Zarawai,
Zarwa,
Labunya,
Labunya,
Lawat,
Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Laham,
Laham,
Kamadyam,
Kamadyam,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Awa'al,
Kayabya,
Kayabya,
Manakal,
Wadakal,
Koyashwan,
Kayashwan,
Nishamadwa,
Yashamawa,
Bayan,
Bayan,
Dara,
Dara,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Dama,
La'a,
La'a,
Dama,
Dama,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatama,
Nada,
Nada,
Yabmawa,
Yamawa,
Kairab,
Karab,
Bakaza'aba,
Wakazaba,
Bakazabak,
Wakazaba,
Bakazazol,
Wakazazal,
Manai,
Manai,
Call,
Call,
Nasa Yakamwa,
Yasanakama,
Aishar,
Ashar,
Amorwa,
Amarwa,
Nayarasha,
Nawasha,
Lanawa,
Nawa,
I Ath,
Ath,
Nawath,
Nawath,
Alayam,
Alayam,
Alaya,
Aliyah,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatama,
Gogala,
Gongala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya,
Lapanya,
Rabaka,
Rabaka,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Tabaira,
Tabaira,
Ya'ira,
Ya'ibra,
Wa,
Wa,
Kalahaba,
Kalaba,
Dalahat,
Ta'at,
Taryam,
Kayam,
Kan,
Kan,
Daradama,
Daradama,
Basa Iraka,
Basa Iraka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapathka,
Wapathka,
Tabahalam,
Tabana,
Mala'a,
Mala'ap,
Panyaham,
Palaham,
Kwalawan,
Kalawan,
Waya,
Waya,
Kwashwa,
Kashwa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Sahawa,
Yahweh,
Ad Ya'ai,
Ayai,
Waya,
Waya,
Parwa,
Kawa,
Waya,
Waya,
Abadwa,
Labawa,
Waya,
Waya,
Daiwa,
Dawa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Ata,
Zata,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labaka,
Labatka,
Iwan,
Iwam,
Al,
Al,
Call,
Call,
Paratza.
Haratzah. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O God,
Keep not thy silence, O God,
and hold not thy peace,
hold not thy peace,
and be not still.
and be not still.
Oh, so like it. O God,
O God,
for lo,
for lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thine enemies make atonement,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate
have
thee
lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted
and consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thy head.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them
and
off
let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation,
that the name of Israel
that the name of Israel
may be no more in
may
remembrance.
be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom
and the
and
Ishmaelites
the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the
the
Hagarenes,
Hagarenes, Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also is joined with them.
Assur also is joined with
They
them.
have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as to the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of
at
Kison,
the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the
They
earth.
became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Make their nobles like Oreb,
and like Zaid.
like Zaid.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes as Abba,
all their princes as Zabah,
and as Amunah,
and as Amun,
who
who
said,
said,
let us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves.
So like it. I went to the wrong line. Who said, let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the house of God in possession.
the houses of God in
Oh
possession.
my God,
Oh my God,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wind,
as a stubble before the wind,
as a stubble before the
as
wind,
a fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as a flame set the mountains on
and
fire.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempests,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy
that
name.
they may seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled
and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame,
let them be put to shame.
that they may let them be put to shame and perish,
And perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
My damn glasses more than I thought.
Let's clap it up for the Most High. All right, so today, in honor of our Haitian brothers and sisters, the Levites in the Bible, we're going to be talking about a Levite brother by the name of Moses. We're going to be reading we're going to start with Exodus chapter 2. Verse 1 through 7. If y'all haven't already known, we go through the first 7 verses in Hebrew, go through it in English, give the breakdown. So we're going to be going to Exodus chapter 2, verse 1.
Oh, like it.
Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. It would be greatly appreciated.
It's like it.
Nice. Book of Exodus, chapter 2, verse 1.
No. It's like I thought that was one of the brothers. All right, so Exodus, you said chapter 2?
Chapter 2, verse 1.
Okay. All right, so we'll be going through Exodus chapter 2 in the Hebrew. It's like it. I wash my ba yath la ya I poach ath bath ya I har ha wa I lad ban I raha rata. So like a aita ra I kaya sa sa sa'ib. So like a ha I I thought tazap na naha I wala. So like a shot sala saha um uh yarak yan I la ya yaka laha uh, so like it I'd hataza pa yan I'd I thought pak I ta tabat ga gana I thought kana raha baha nar ya I ba. So like it waba za path I thought sa son baha ath haya la haya lad I. So like a wata son ba basa up I'll sha sa shapat haya r wata tazaba akath wa akathwa nara kapwa lada saha naha ya yasa shaha lawa wata rod pa bath para saha lara khataza sao haya ara Wa wana sa Rath ya Yaha hala Kath Sao ya Yada Rata Wad Bath Pa Para Saha Lara Kataza Wa'al Haya Ara Wan Salagia Haya Ra Wata Ra Ha Ath Hata Baha Bata Waka Hasa Wap Wata Shalach Atat Anataha Wata Paka Wata Patach Wata Raha Ra'aha Ra'ahawa Ath Haya Lab Waha Naha Sar Baka Ha Wata Kanal. That's it.
Okay, let's give it up. So we're going to be reading out of the book of Exodus, chapter 2, verse 1 in the English. The book of Exodus, chapter 2, verse 1. And there went a man of the house of Levi, and took to wife a daughter of Levi. As we know, the Levites in the Bible were the so-called Haitians today. And the woman conceived and bare a son. And when she saw him that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months. And when she could no longer hide him, she took for him an ark of bulrushes and daubed it with slime and with pitch, and put the child therein. And she laid it in the flags by the river's brink. And his sister stood afar off to wit what would be done to him. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river. And her maidens walked along by the riverside. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saw the child. And behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him and said, "This is one of the Hebrews' children." I'll continue just to further clarify yet again that the 12 tribes of Israel, they are all Hebrew, okay? This is one of the, it says right here, this is one of the Hebrews' children. This son, this baby came from the house of Levi. Verse 7, then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and call to thee a nurse of the Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for thee?" Now we're going to continue. And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Go." And the maid went and called the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, "Take this child away and nurse it for me, and I will give thee thy wages." And the woman took the child and nursed it.
And the child grew and brought in Slakia, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moses. And she said, because I drew him out of the water. So if anybody, what's the name of that movie? It's an old cartoon where it's about Moses though. Like it was like the full illustration.
Oh, the Prince of Egypt.
That's what it was. Prince of Egypt, the water. So that's biblical. That actually, well, in that part it happened, right? So this is when Moses was going down the riverbank. They found him, Pharaoh's daughter, raised him up as her son, and she called him Moses. Now it says, and she said, because I drew him out of the water. And it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown, and he went out unto his brethren, keyword, and looked on their burdens, and he spied an Egyptian smiting an Hebrew, one of his brethren, keyword. Now, Moses does something right here. And he looked this way and that way. And when he saw that there was no man, so, this is Moses looking around like, okay, so he's witnessing this Egyptian, right? And he just slew one of his brethren, another Hebrew, right? So he's looking around like, okay, coast is clear. And there was no man, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. Now, before I continue, I want people to get like a full understanding and illustration of Moses's position right now. So Moses understood and he knew that he was a Hebrew, right? He understood that his brethren, that's what it says in there, was other Hebrews. But he was raised in an Egyptian household under Pharaoh's daughter, who raised him up as her son. But even then, he still knew that he was a Hebrew. Now, you got to understand, this is Pharaoh we're talking about, right? The Pharaoh of Egypt, right? He had palaces, kingdoms, a very powerful man at the time, right? Now, Moses is dwelling in his home, in a sense, right? So you got to understand that Moses is living lavishly compared to the other Hebrews in Egypt at that time. But if I could go up real quick, and it says in verse 11, and it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens. So Moses understood that, okay, I'm living in Pharaoh's crib. Okay, that's cool and everything. But my brothers, though, my people, the other Hebrews, they're burdened. They're not living too hot right now. They in the ghettos. They in San Bernardino. You feel me? Like, they in the hood. You feel me? So he understood that and he had compassion for his brothers. So much that, well, let's see, we're going to continue reading. And he spied an Egyptian smiting in Hebrew. So he saw an Egyptian, somebody that is not of his people, even though he was dwelling with the Egyptians and he lived under Pharaoh's household, smiting a Hebrew, one of his brethren. So he had compassion, like, hold up, like, you just killed one of my own. Like, what's going on here? So verse 12 again. And he looked this way and that way, looking around, making sure the coast is clear so nobody sees him. And when he saw that there was no one, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. Why did Moses do this, though? Moses did this because he was angry. Call it a righteous anger in a sense. He had a righteous anger and he had compassion and love for his brothers, that it hurt him to see one of his own being hurt, even though he was living a lot better, I guess you could say, financially than his own people. Why is this important today? Going back to, our brothers, in Texas holding it down, brothers on the ISUPK in Texas, driving down, going through this journey. Like, that's, oh my goodness. Salaki, if I keep like smiling, but like, it's just so like powerful what these brothers did. It's biblical what these brothers did. Because like I said earlier, like, Captain Gadalhar, Captain Kwame All, Officer Thabawan, on the radio show on Thursday, they already, they was talking to the brothers. They already shown that these so-called conscious communities, Black Lives Matter, I don't even think Black Lives Matter is even a thing anymore. For real. Like, I haven't heard anything from them. But my point being is these false Black and Hispanic leaders, they say they care, they say they're willing to go out of their way to help out their own and yada yada yada. But where they at though? Where if you really loved your brothers, they like if Black Lives Matter really loved their brothers and these conscious communities really love their brothers, they would have found a way to get down to Mexico and did their part to help out the Haitians. But they didn't. They were nowhere to be found. But guess what? ISUPK was down there. Best believe that. And brothers, like, you got to understand, they drove all the way down there. And they were facing obstacles. They didn't want them down there. Border Patrol, they tried to take the supplies away from them. You get what I mean? Like talking about some give it to the church. What church? Church for what? There's 15,000 plus Haitians who are sleeping in boxes. You know, they was trying to make like, it was so sad, man. Like just seeing the living conditions of our people, man. Like they were trying to make it as comfortable as they possibly could for their children to sleep, just so they don't got to sleep on the floor, man. Like just to get a box. They were using the boxes from the supplies that the brothers were giving them in order to kind of make like something comfortable for their babies, you know. So shout out to them brothers, man. Like for real, like the conscious community could never do something like that. America could never do something like that because they don't care. And like I brought up earlier, like you see, they you know, they trying to help out the Afghanistanians or whatever. Well, who are they? Like what? Like who cares about them? You get my point? But that's a whole nother heathen nation. But it just goes to show America's mindset. Like they'd rather help out a different heathen nation than to help out the children of Israel, man. That's what they're willing to do. They don't care, man. This is why we say that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. A devil is a deceiver, a liar, a manipulator. They say all these sweet nothings. You see all the news reporters down there, and they're down there. They're just recording everything. You ever see like, okay, this happens all the time. In today's world, somebody could be getting beat the hell up, right? Damn near dead. And you'll just see a whole bunch of people with their phones. But like, usually nobody's going to go actually help the person. They'll just, oh, look at this. That's what the news reporters do. You know, they're doing all these documentaries or whatever. Like, oh, you know, yeah, the Haitians, you know, look at the living conditions that they're in. Like it's some type of anomaly, or like we're like a zoo. Like we're some animals to be put on display. And they're just like, look at all the Haitians, you know, living in their cots and under the bridge and don't have any drinking water and, you know, going through the water to make it to the other side. That's all they care about. It was just for speculation. That's all it was. But they didn't do anything to actually help them. And in the cold part, this is the cold part right here. Like, well, there's a lot, but after those brothers were done, right? They said they left at about 4 a.m. The National Guard and Border Patrol were looking for them at 5 a.m. Here's the thing, though. Why were they looking for them? What all them brothers did was just go down there to help out their people. That's all. You know, we don't got no guns. We don't got no weapons. We just, you know, men of the Lord going down there to help out a fellow tribe. And once the work was done and the Haitians got what they needed, brothers were on their way. Long drive back to Texas. So why was the National Guard looking for these brothers? Because they know. Look, let me tell you something. They know. they know that these brothers right here, they different. What was it? They said like what was the interview? They said Black and I love the fact that they emphasized it too. Black and Hispanic men dressed in a way that we do not know. And like it was such a like who are these people? Like I've never seen anything like y'all before. That's the men of the Lord right there, man. And just like how these brothers from Texas had compassion for our Haitian brothers and sisters, the tribe of Levi, Moses had compassion, even though he could have been in a position of power in Pharaoh's eyes if he really wanted to. But nah, he understood like, nah, these my people, man. Yeah, I'm living in Pharaoh's house. Yeah, Pharaoh's daughter might have raised me up as her son, but I know who my real brothers are. And it's the Hebrews. Okay. But this is just, if I could real quick, before we continue, this is just one account of Moses displaying a sense of brotherhood. Because there's something else I wanted to get into. If I could we're actually going to jump to the book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 1. And before we get there, you got anything, Natazak?
It's like it. Everything that you're touching down is like pretty much heavier as it is. You know what I'm saying? It's. I wouldn't say it's a comparison, but it's just showing what deed it takes to be a true servant of the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like as far as like, you know what I mean, the brothers going out to the borderline to go. And it's crazy because it opened so many eyes when they did that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it for people that were in so much distress, like, and people that were in so much need, like they looked at the priests and prophets of the Lord the way that they should be looked at. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because it wasn't just about the food and the water and everything like that. It's because of the substance that we are feeding to our people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like the edification that we are serving to our people to show them that they are the true people of the Lord is it's more than just food and water. You know what I'm saying? The brothers pulled up and they set up camp and they came out with their glorious garments and their glorious headpieces and everything, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's something that they never seen before. You know what I'm saying? But the people were in need of something. You know what I mean? They thought it was just food and water, but they got edified on something that was much more than that. You know what I'm saying? Much more than that. They actually got edified that they are the true people of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? They were edified that the Most High is working right now and putting a distress on all these nations who put us all in captivity. You know what I'm saying? So all these nations that were up and mighty at a time period, they're all being broke down, and they were edified that the Most High is coming for you right now. The Most High is coming for you, and he's going to raise you up out this captivity. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get you about this low situation, even though your country or even though your home might have collapsed within this earthquake and you're trying to find a new home. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, because all you got to do is follow the statutes and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure that you're serving the true power, and this place will be desolate also. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
America is going to be just as desolate as the places that you're trying to escape from. You know what I'm saying? And even more. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a pillar of ashes. You know what I'm saying? So you're running from an earthquake and all these certain things that are happening to you, but really you're coming to a place where the Most High wants us. You know what I'm saying? The Most High wants us all in one place, so that when he destroys this place, I mean, he can bring his people up and show them who the true God is and who the true people of the Bible is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people in Mexico didn't know. That's what a lot of people in Haiti didn't know, because they're having to deal with the terms of having to run away from a fallen nation. You know what I'm saying? Now it's our turn. And we don't have to run. We're right where we need to be at. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to run from this from the second Babylon. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to run from this, because once this place falls, that's already in prophecy that Christ is coming back. You know what I'm saying? So this place is going to fall just as well as the places that people are running from are falling. You know what I'm saying? Now we're next. Now it's time for the Most High to put judgment on this place now also. So we'll start to see a lot of glorious things happening here that might be, I mean, a bad setting for people who have faith in America. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to start seeing glorious things, and it's glorious for us because the more that America falls is the best thing for us. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's the best thing for us because it shows that our king is coming. You know what I'm saying? Our king is on his way. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much all I got on it.
Everything you brought up was extremely heavy, man. So like actually we're gonna get into another account in the book of Exodus. This is gonna be chapter 32. And Moses does something yet again to show compassion for his people. So this is the book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 1. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron. Now Aaron is his brother, and said unto him, Up, make us gods. Now, here's the thing. It doesn't mean literal gods. There's only one God. Gods can be interpreted to as power. Make us powers, which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become of him. So something happens right here. So this is verse 2. And Aaron said unto them, Break off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons, and of your daughters, and bring them unto me. So just give a quick little recap of what's going on right now. So at this time, Moses already got the brothers and sisters already up out of Egypt, right? Now they're in the wilderness, they hungry, things like that. They kind of getting wary. We do something very wrong right here. Verse 3. And all the people break off the golden earrings and were in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron. So they took off all the gold that they have and gave it to Aaron. And he received them at their hand and fashioned it with a graving tool, after he had made it a molten calf. And they said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. This is where we messed up right here. We started we started worshiping a false idol. This is what we did right here. That's a sin against the Lord. Okay, so right in this moment, when Aaron made this golden calf, he made a graven image of the Most High. And now what we started doing was we started worshiping this calf rather than the Most High. So verse 5, and when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it. And Aaron made proclamation and said, Tomorrow is the feast of the Lord. So now he's dressing everything up. He's making an altar for it, everything, right? And they rose up early on the morning and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings. And the people sat down to eat and to drink and rose up to play. So now they're giving offerings to this golden calf, this statue. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go, get thee down, for thy people, which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt, have corrupted themselves. So now the Most High is angry. All right, we tempted the Lord at this time because now we're instead of worshiping the Most High, who anointed Moses and Aaron to even get us up out of Egypt in the first place. Instead of honoring him, we decided to honor some calf, some made up calf that Aaron fashioned with a tool, right? So it says in verse 8, they have turned aside quickly out of the way which I command them. They have made them a molten calf, and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt. So now we're worshiping this calf like the calf got us out of Egypt.
We're black right now.
Are we?
Let me see if I still. They can hear you, but
Salagia, just one moment, everybody. Why is it doing that? Salakia, everyone. We're just having some technical difficulties right now. Well, for the sake of the class, if everybody can still hear me, I would appreciate it if everybody would just comment 1 just to see if you can still hear me. Because if so, I'll just keep reading. So
anybody that's watching Facebook, YouTube, if you could just put in the comments just one, if you could still hear me. Okay, one. Okay, Thawada. Okay, low battery flash. Okay. Okay, Thawada, everyone. Okay, we're working on the technical difficulties for right now, but if everybody can still hear me, I'll just continue reading. So right now I'm reading out of the book of Exodus chapter 32, and right now I'm at verse 8. So we'll start at verse 8. They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them, that they have made them a molten calf and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. Now, verse 9, and the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. So this is the Most High's way of saying that we're hard-headed. We're very, very hard-headed. Like, after everything that he's done for us, we chose to completely forsake the Most High, convince Aaron, because Aaron messed up right here too. You know, he shouldn't have done that. What Aaron should have done. Are we good now? We back on? Nah, we still. Oh. Are we good?
Yeah, you good.
Are we good? Okay, the water. Okay, Salakia, everybody, for that. Okay, we good. Most High in Christ.
It seems like it's foggy though.
It's foggy. Salakia, your brother's working on the technical difficulties right now, but everybody can still hear me and shoot, Most High in Christ, y'all can see me now. Okay, the water. So I'll just keep reading. So it says that we were a stiff-necked people. We're very hard-headed, right? And very ungrateful, by the way, after all the things that the Most High done for us to get us up out of Egypt, right? So now it says in verse 10, now therefore let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, and that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation. So, okay, this is what the Most High is about to do right now. So Moses right here, he proved his worth. He proved like he's willing to follow the law, statutes, and commandments that were given unto his forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? So he's proven his worth to the Most High. So the Most High is like, you know what? I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of y'all. Y'all being disobedient. I done did all this for y'all, and y'all still want to turn away from me. So he says right here, and I will make of thee, he's talking to Moses specifically right now, I will make of thee a great nation. So here's the thing. Moses right here, if he was in a position to where only his lineage would be blessed. Just him. Nobody else, just him. But Moses does something right here. Verse 11. And Moses besought the Lord his God and said, Lord, why doth thy wrath wax hot against thy people, which thou hast brought forth out of the land of Egypt with great power and a mighty hand? Wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, for mischief did he bring them out, to slay them in the mountains and to consume them from the face of the earth? Turn from thy fierce wrath and repent of this evil against thy people. So what Moses is doing, he's convincing the Most High, like, don't do that. Like, yeah, okay, they messed up. Okay, but like, please, like, continue to have compassion for them. Please do not put this great evil upon thy people. Even though we've been disobedient and, just disloyal and ungrateful to the Most High. And even though Moses was in a position of, this is the second time, I just want to make sure y'all tracking. This is the second time that Moses was in a position of power, or could have been in a different position of power. So it was just all him. First, it was Pharaoh when he was living in that house. Okay, he could have just lived lavishly and completely forsaken us, but he didn't. Now, right here, the Most High promised only him, and I will make of thee a great nation. Most High was going to start all over again. But Moses still had so much compassion for his brothers and sisters, even though we were being disobedient, even though we were wrong. And Aaron did something wrong too by making that golden calf, by making that graven image of the Most High. He built an altar for it too. You gotta understand, like he built an altar for it. They were giving offerings to all this stuff, man. But Moses still went out of his way to convince the Most High, like, please don't do this. And it says in verse 13, this is Moses still talking to the Most High. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, or Jacob before, thy servants, to whom thou swearest by thine own self, and saidest unto them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven, and all this land that I have spoken of will I give unto your seed, and they shall inherit it forever. And the Lord repented of the evil which he thought to do unto his people. I don't like how could like that just, if that ain't compassion, I don't know what is. If that ain't righteous in a sense of selflessness, I don't know what is, man. And just going back to our Texas brothers out there, man, like that wasn't like some easy task what they did, man. Okay, they could have stopped. They could have been like, man, it's too far. They could have stopped at the border when they tried to turn them away. They could have been like, oh, well, you know what? They won't let us go through, so we got to go away now. They could have given the supplies to the church. Been like, okay, well, we can't give it directly to the Haitians, so I guess we'll give it to the church, even though damn well the church wouldn't have gave them nothing, right? And who knows what they would have did with those supplies. The brothers could have, they could have went away, man. But this is why, this is the home of the truth. And we say no cowards, no excuses, man, because these brothers went through the fire. Like you brought up earlier, they didn't just give out supplies. They didn't just do that. They set up camp and they preached the word of the Lord to the tribe of Levi and the tribe of Issachar that was there too. And let these brothers and sisters know that you are God's chosen people. And whether they want to believe it or not, them brothers and sisters, they are going to remember that forever. You get my point? And then you got to think it ain't just Fox News that that saw that, right? You got to think like I don't Salaki, I don't know what it is in Mexico. Is it Telemundo or what? I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Is it Telemundo? Okay,
yeah,
Telemundo.
I mean, Telemundo just means like television.
Okay, Salaki. It's like my Spanish is absolutely horrible, but Salaki. My whole point being is like them brothers Salaki. Them brothers not only gave out the supplies, they preached the word of the Lord, and now not just the Haitian brothers and sisters and the SUBCRIBE brothers and sisters down there, now everybody else who watch the news, not just in Mexico, but in America, now the ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana has more exposure thanks to these brothers right here, man. I don't like these fake Israelite groups could never, man. These fake Israelite groups, these conscious communities, these Black Lives Matter, all your politicians and your government and all that, they don't care. They don't care. Just because you see a black man put on a suit and a tie doesn't mean that he really cares about his people. Odds are he's probably a sellout too. And we need to stop doing this stuff, man. You need to really, if you truly, and I mean truly love your people, man, you will come into the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana and you will learn what it truly means to love your people, man. Because you go anywhere else, you're not going to find that. Think of, you got to understand, we're not funded by anybody else. You understand? These brothers did this with their own money, their own resources, and they got together collectively, worked it out, and they did the damn thing. Right. But you got to think of how many Black and Hispanic celebrities we have, who have millions upon millions, some of them billions of dollars, and why couldn't they send something? Why? What are they doing?
That's heavy.
What are they doing other than making music that destroys us? That's all they do, pushing the same agenda that it's been. Now, I mean, the newest one is the homosexuality, but before that, it was the drugs, the fornication, the strippers, the prostitutes, the gun violence, the killing one another, having sex with another man's woman, being a whore, all these things that just destroy us, man. That's all they do. But you want to honor these celebrities and post all these different quotes on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and social media honoring these celebrities. What do they do for you?
Right.
What did Baby ever do for you? What Lil Nas X ever do for you? What Jay-Z or Rihanna or Beyonce, what they ever do for you other than entertain you? That's all they do.
That's a fact.
They entertain. That's all. Like the so-called oppressor. No, the oppressor today, the white man who's the devil that the Bible speaks of. The only way they like you, and they don't even really like you, is when you shut up, you sing, and you dance.
Right.
That's it. Entertainment. That's all they think that we're good for. And don't get me wrong, yeah, we good at it. Because we really great at everything. We're the salt of the earth, you understand? But that's all America wants you to think of yourself. You can't be a leader. You were just a slave. That's all you were. That's all you're ever gonna be. That's where your lineage came from. You're African. You know, they tell our Hispanic brothers and sisters, oh, you're Spaniard, you're white, when you're really not. Spanish is not an ethnicity. It's just another European language that was pushed upon our brothers and sisters whenever they got colonized. It's no different from Portuguese or French or English, British, whatever it is. You get my point? They don't do anything for our people, man. And this is why we need to get up out of this world, man. You need to get up out of this world and learn what it really means to love your people. And to even dive in further than that, like what was going on at the border, man. You saw, like, Esau was in his element. You get what I mean? Like, when I remember, I ain't gonna lie to you, I almost thought it was Photoshop. I'm not even gonna lie to you. When I seen the pictures of these Edomites riding on horsebacks with whips, like they took it back in the day, and they're whipping Haitians. If I could, real quick. Matter of fact, no, I do have it. We're gonna go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 7. So I want to get something real quick. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 7. You got that one?
Salaki, I'm about to get it right now.
Matter of fact, when you get that,
I got it right now.
okay, you get that. I'm gonna get Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 18. But if you could read that though, for sure.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10 and verse 7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
Could you read that one more time, Baba Kashak? Because this is so heavy right here.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10 and verse 7. I have seen servants upon horses.
Servants upon horses. What does it say after that?
And princes walking as servants upon the earth.
And princes walking as servants upon the earth. That is literally the illustration of what we saw. Because last time I checked, when Jacob and Esau, when Jacob was, before he was even given the blessing, it said what? That the elder shall serve the younger. Now, who was the firstborn? It was Esau. Esau was the firstborn. Who was the second? It was Jacob. So it's saying servants on horsebacks, meaning that's Esau. Esau on them horsebacks, on them horses, and I see princes as servants on the ground. That's
I don't know, thinking
that I don't know if y'all
they'll
can
be
see
able
it.
to see it.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all can see it, but my whole point being is that's biblical. What was going on at the border, these Edomites whipping our Levite brothers and sisters, it ain't the first time they done it. You know, you already know that. That's biblical. That those are supposed to be our servants. You get my point? And we are the princes and the princesses that are on the ground being viewed as a servant. That sound, sloggy for my language, kind of ass backwards. That's what that sounds like right there. And if I could real quick, I'm going to read the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 18. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. That's your so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians today. They hunt our steps, man. What happened when they came to this country? Look at what they did to the natives. Look at what they did to the so-called Negroes, the black men and women in this country. Look at what they do to our Hispanic and Mexican brothers and sisters, man. Look at all the things that they do. They hunt us, okay? They view us as prey. And it's so bad that we can't even go in our own streets. It says right here, they hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. We can't even you can't even feel comfortable with your children going to the school bus in the morning. You got to watch them go to the school bus because you're not sure if somebody gonna snatch them up. You know how many times I go on social media and I'm always hearing of another Black or Hispanic young girl who's missing it's like every other day, man. And I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it. I'm like, damn, like, when does it end? You got to come up in this truth, man, because you're not going to get any real protection out there. The only real protection you're going to get is here in the ISUPK, Israelite School University of Practical Knowledge, under Commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group because we really know what it means to serve the Most High. Moses knew and understood what it meant to truly serve the Most High and to have compassion for the brothers and sisters who I mean, for lack of a better term, just being fools. Even then. Because, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. As a community, Blacks and Hispanics, outside the truth, we are very selfish people. We only think of ourselves. Think about how many Haitians that we have here in America who didn't even go down there to help out.
If I may too, like,
go ahead.
You know what I mean, like the comparison between, you know what I mean, Moses and what the sacrifices he made. Like Moses loved his people so much. You know what I mean? Like, and we should strive to be like Moses because, you know what I mean, if Moses was literally battling himself just to save the people of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Like the people of Israel were so ignorant, and we should take this with us everywhere we go. You know what I mean? Because we have to deal with the fake camps. We have to deal with the Christians and the Islams, and we have to deal with these people who are just so, you know what I mean, biblically ignorant. You know what I mean? And we need to take this wherever we go as far as the spirit of how Moses led his people to the promised land. You know what I'm saying? Like Moses had to deal with people who were complaining, just ignorant, just wanted to do anything just to fulfill their own ideal. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to think about it. Like they got to see miracles happen and they still complained.
That's heavy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's heavy.
They seen an ocean split and walk through it and still complain and felt like another God would be better than this God.
A calf, like
a golden calf at that.
That was man-made in front of them.
The God of Egypt. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like you got to think about this. Like it's real heavy of what we have to do as far as working in this truth. You know what I'm saying? We're battling a spirit that will present itself as what's the word I'm looking for? Unpenetrable. Yeah. Like you have to face people who don't want to be saved. You know what I mean? People don't want to be saved. Even if they do get saved, they still don't want to be saved. They still want to be in the world. They still want to be dwelling within something that's easier than having to follow this truth. You know what I'm saying? So Moses put out the most upright brotherhood that he could do. First of all, he killed a man who was pretty much he was a benefit to him.
Yeah.
Moses was Moses was a high-ranking, you know what I mean, person within the land of Egypt. He was up there. It's like being a well-off celebrity. You know what I'm saying? It's like being like Jay-Z or something like that. It's like Jay-Z like turning against, you know what I mean, his foundation of what he serves. which is our oppressors. You know what I'm saying? So Moses turned against all that, and he killed a man for harming people that was of his nation. You know what I'm saying? Not just that, he was given prosperity from the Most High to say, you're going to be, instead of them being the nation that is the people that I choose to rule this earth, you're going to be that person. It's going to come out of your loins. Your nation is going to be the people who rules this earth in the future. You know what I'm saying? And Moses said no. Like he said no. Like he showed the utmost brotherhood, and he said no. Like, Lord, please give them another chance. And that's what every brother and sister needs to do in this truth. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how gone and how stupid our people are, you know what I'm saying? We have to keep begging the Most High to give them another chance. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High, his patience is only for so long. You know what I'm saying? His patience only lasts for so long, to the point where he wants to destroy. You know what I mean? Man. So it gets to a point where it's just like, if you really love your brothers and sisters like Christ taught us to love, then you have to display that type of mercy and show the Most High that regardless of how lost our people are, like, give them another chance. Give them another chance. Like our people in Haiti are destroyed. Our people in Mexico are destroyed. But, you know what I mean, under Commander General Yohana, we are going over there and we're trying to show them the pathway of finding prosperity. You know what I'm saying? It, like I said before, it wasn't just about the food and the water. It was about the edification. They don't know that they're the children of Israel. They don't know that the book of that the Bible is literally written for them. They don't know that the spirituality that everybody follows in the world is literally just for us. You know what I'm saying? It's just for us. And people have manipulated us, and they've conquered us. And we need to take our circumstances back as far as being underneath. The Lord is setting something up that's about to be glorious in a minute. You know what I mean? It's Haiti is destroyed. Spain is about to be destroyed in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of places are being destroyed, and hopefully, God willing, in our time period, we can see America be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Man. The place that has in bondage us and enslaved us and kept us through poverty through all this time. Hopefully, we can watch this place be destroyed. It's already happening, but it's a light effect. You know what I'm saying? With the whole coronavirus and the shutdowns and everything like that. You know what I mean? The president that everybody hates now, all of a sudden, all of a sudden,
they all hate Joe Biden.
Yeah, everybody hates Joe Biden now. But y'all was just voting y'all black asses off a couple of like 2 years ago. You know what I mean? If that, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like, the Lord is proving that He is the Most High power of all nations. You know what I mean? All nations are going to be destroyed, because whatever they thought that was giving them power is just it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Even the power of America is being shut down, and we were kind of controlling everything for a time. Or not we, but them. Yeah, you know what I mean? I get what you mean. They were controlling everything at a time. You know what I mean? So it's like the Lord is showing exactly what and who he is. And He's humbling every nation that thought they were above the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time for judgment. It's time for judgment. You know what I mean? We got our brothers and sisters in Haiti. They got a dose of it, and now it's time for us to feel it. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time for America. It's time for us to get our earthquakes. It's time for us to get our tornadoes and our volcano eruptions and everything that could lead us into having some type of, you know what I mean, some type of effect to our natural resources that we take advantage of. You know what I'm saying? Like the Most High is going to the Most High is going to make our enemies beg for him to stop. You know what I'm saying? Now it's up for us in the truth to have to endure everything that is going on and last until the end. You know what I'm saying? We have to stand tall. We have to stand firm until the end. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it. Yeah, most definitely, sis. I would love to see this place destroyed too, because this place has destroyed me and my family. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They have destroyed my ancestors. They've destroyed everything. They have been destroying us from day one, and that's their main goal. You know what I'm saying? To destroy us. But now it's time for us to sit back and take a bucket of popcorn, kick our feet up, and watch the Most High put judgment on this place. You know what I'm saying? So what you were getting into is so heavy. Like, you know what I mean? Even Moses being from the tribe of Levi, you know what I'm saying? Like, Moses displayed what real brotherhood and sisterhood is. And that's exactly what, you know what I mean, Commandant General Hana like ordered us to do. And the brothers who went out there to the borderline, and I pray that we get an opportunity too. You know what I'm saying? I pray we get an opportunity to wake people up who were completely asleep, completely
Right. Never even heard the truth.
never even heard of the truth, never even knew that was Caesar Borgia, not even, you know what I mean, or that Caesar Borgia's sister. Like, people that just were completely asleep. I pray, like, because you know what I mean, we're California. We deal with Hollywood. Hollywood don't give a damn about nothing. Even if we tell them about the truth, they are set in their ways. They don't give a damn. But once you start to feel the impact of what it's like to lose your homeland, you know what I'm saying? That's when you're open ears to anything. And that's why it was so important and so biblical for the brothers to go out to the borderline and show the people of the Most High who you really are, because they did something what you said that America couldn't do. I mean, America wouldn't do. They didn't want to edify or satisfy these people. They want to whip them and put them in chains and put them in captivity. That's their nature. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean, our people went out there and we fed these people, we edified these people, and not just that, they captured so many souls. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of people who are interested, just being interested into what we're doing now. Why do they dress like that? Why are they out here trying to feed us? Why are they going out of their way to make sure that we're okay? Why are they doing this? And that is the perfect representation of the Most High. So like it though.
Nah, everything's wild. Like I said, like I just wanted to. I know I did it already. I just gotta clap it up for Texas one more time. Salagi. Just one more time. Salagi. You know, in honor of our Haitian brothers and sisters, you know, I just, you know, wanted to talk about another famous Levite brother by the name of Moses, who showed compassion for his brothers and sisters despite the challenges, or you know, the position that he was in. First, he did it when, you know, he slew that Egyptian, you know, because he had compassion for his brothers. And like you said earlier, like he was, you know, he could have just been chilling with Pharaoh. It's no different than a modern day celebrity today working for the so-called white man, you know, or okay, I can't say the other way, but you know, a house Negro in a sense. But he still had compassion. Or even when the Most High himself was about to put wrath upon us, and he was only going to make a great nation solely out of Moses.
Right.
And Moses, like, the average person could never, like, they would have been like, oh, okay, cool. Like, you know, hey, it's all for real, me? Like,
Right.
All right, cool. But
All
like,
right.
Moses, for real, like, Moses was like, no, like, Salakia, like, no, like, have mercy upon them, you know. And the Lord dialed it back. Like, that's like, that's just like,
Yeah,
that's
you can't really
so-
come to grasp with it.
like, that's so heavy, like the Most High. Like,
Yeah.
man. But Salakia, with that, just want to say, the water for everybody that tuned in, and actually the water for everybody that stayed tuned in too. I know we had some technical difficulties with the camera, and everything. So I appreciate y'all feedback and y'all sticking through. So let me see, make sure if anybody, I don't think anybody had any questions. I think we're good
Um,
before we close the class.
it's like, yeah.
I think we good. Facebook, I'm checking too. Yeah, so we good. Okay.
If I can too. Yeah. I just want to I mean, I'll paraphrase, but so for the sake of time, but you know what I mean. Love one another as the Lord has loved us. You know what I'm saying? As Christ loved us. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, Christ died for us. He died. You know what I'm saying? He died for us.
I don't think we understand the gravity of that.
We don't. We really don't, because and you'll never understand it until you get into this body of work. You know what I'm saying? Christ died for us. His mission was to die for us, and he died, and he accomplished that mission. He did that for our brotherhood and our sisterhood. So it's up for us to at least get a pinch of what he did, because we can never we in this truth, you know what I mean, we serve the Most High to death, but it's never really a situation where we have our set date, like, okay, you're gonna die next week. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're gonna, okay, come in this truth, and you're gonna die next week, and you're gonna die for your people. You know what I mean? Because if that was set, then we would have to carry the same cross that Christ carried. Christ knew when he was going to die. Christ knew that he was serving to die. You know what I'm saying? And that is the ultimate brotherhood right there. That is the ultimate sisterhood and brotherhood. Like that like Moses, what he did was the ultimate brotherhood also, because I mean, he didn't have a decision whether if it was going to be between him and the Israelites, but he had a decision between, you know what I mean, he had to look past how ignorant and how stupid we could be, because we can be stupid and ignorant. Look at us now. Look at us now. You know what I mean? Like this truth is not the most popular thing. Why? Because we're still out there and we're still serving our oppressors. You know what I'm saying? So this class is super heavy. This topic is super heavy. Like it's like we have to try to strive to be like the people before us, like Moses, like Christ. You know what I mean? Like we could never be like Christ, but we can try to be like him. You know what I'm saying? And endure whatever we go through until the end. So, you know what I'm saying? Moses showed the ultimate brotherhood, and he established what we should look. Even if the Most High gives up on anything, we still need to pray for our brothers and sisters to be forgiving. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's his name? Stephen. No, the Stephen was a prophet, and he was killed. He was stoned, but in his stoning, he still said, you know what I mean, Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Like, you know what I mean, they don't know what they're doing. In his death, he was still saying, forgive our people, and we need to have that same mentality. You know what I'm saying? We still got to have that same mentality. So, you know what I mean, the water for everybody tuning in. You know what I mean? Let's get to these prayers.
All right, so with that, my Jim, just me and the brother up here.
Oh, I gotta lift it up slightly.
Okay, here we go.
Trying to shake. I'm trying. Trying to stick to the gut. a lot for y'all tuning in too. We see y'all all the comments and everything. Like appreciate y'all for coming in.
Sorry.
La Yasharala.
Men of Israel, gird up thy loins, prepare to salute the Torah.
How about Shem Yahushabrak? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barak Yah.
Amadim Apanya Hakwadam, which means to stand and face the east.
Like saying that, like it's hard as hell.
This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Hayah. Shemka.
Yahweh.
Malak with Ka. Daba'at. Watazarika. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'aratza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathanawa. Hakam. Call. Yawam. Wasalaknawa. Kabawaknawa. Wasalaknawa. Wala'ah. Dabayanawa. Barasawa. Abal. Abashainawa. Ayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wala'ala. Wataparath. Alayim. Aman. The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Hakak, which is the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem.
Yahushai. Babakashah. Nathanawa. Hakak. Laparah. Call. Makalah. Wakal. Madawat. Hakak. Latahar. Ha. Matazarayim. Hakak. Lahaquayim. Hamathian. Hakak. Al. Rakawat. Atamahala. Lagarasham. Ba'asham. Yahushai. The water. Aman. The Lord, Hakak, the power in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it.
The blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahushai.
Wa Mayaka
Wa Magala.
Wa Alahayim. Matazab
Ya'ab.
Alawap
Yahana.
Ha Alawapim.
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Kwatazayoyim.
Hakwatzayonyam.
Hakayayoyim. Wa
Akwathiam. Yahweh. Ba'asham.
Yahushai.
The water. Aman. The blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahushai. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yohana. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew.
Asha'a,
Asha,
Ayanya,
Yanya,
All,
All,
Paharim,
Ahayim,
Mayan,
Ayan,
Yaba'a,
Yabah,
Isaiah,
Isaiah,
Isaiah, Ma'ain,
Mine,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Asha,
Shemayim,
Shemayim,
Wa'aratza,
Raratza,
Oyatan,
Wayathan,
Wat,
Mamawat,
Wagolka,
Galka,
All,
All,
Yanawam,
Yawam,
Shamorka,
Shamalka,
Hana,
Hana,
La'a,
La'ah,
Yanawam,
Yawam,
Wala'a,
Wala,
Yayashun,
Yasham,
Shawamar,
Jamar,
Yasharala,
Yasharala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamorka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazolka,
Zalka,
Ayah,
Ayad,
Yemyimka,
Yamika,
Yawamam,
Yamam,
Hashamash,
Hashamash,
La'a,
La'ah,
Yakakar,
Yakaka,
Wayarach,
Warath,
Balayallah,
La'lah,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamor,
Shamarka,
Yashamarka,
it's like it, Yashamarka,
Makar,
Makar,
Rai,
Rai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Athnapashka,
Athnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Taza'afka,
Taza'afka,
Wabawa'afka,
Wabawa'afka,
Maita,
Maitha,
Wa'ai,
Wa'ai,
Awulam.
Awulam. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills,
I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
from whence cometh my help.
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord,
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and
He
earth.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
that keep thee,
He that keepeth thee.
he that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade.
The Lord is thy shade.
Upon thy right hand.
Upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy
The
soul.
Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time
from
forth
this time forth
and even furthermore.
and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Hayam,
all,
all,
Abiyah,
ya,
Ka,
ka,
all, Dakarash,
Dakarash,
Wa'al,
all,
Dashakwat,
Dashakwat,
all, Kaya,
Kaya,
Hana,
Hana,
Awayebyaka,
Yibika,
Yahama,
Hama,
Yawan,
Yawam,
Ra'ash,
Ash,
Ayel,
Am,
Amka,
Amika,
Ya'aimwa,
Aimwa,
Sawadah,
Sabadah,
Waita,
Wahda,
Betazawa,
Betazawa,
Ayel,
Al,
Tezapawanyaka,
Tizapawanyaka,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Lakawa,
Akarat,
Wanakakinam,
Wanakakinam,
Magoya,
Magoya,
Wala'a,
Wala'ah,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Shum,
Shum,
Yasharala,
Yasharala,
Awudah,
Awada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Betazawa,
Betazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadwa,
Lakadwa,
Ayaka,
Ayaka,
Barayath,
Mariath,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Alaya,
Aliyah,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wa,
Ra,
Yashamai,
Hashamai,
Alayam,
Aliyam,
Mawa'aba,
Malaba,
Wahagoyim,
Agariam,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa'amawan,
Wayawam,
Wa'amalak,
Wamalak,
Palashah,
Palashath,
Am Yashabia,
Amyashabia,
Tazawar,
Azawar,
Gum,
Gum,
Ashawar,
Ashawar,
Malawa,
Nalawak,
Aimam,
Aman,
Hayawa,
Hawa,
Zarawai,
Zarwa,
Labunya,
Labunya,
Lawat,
Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Laham,
Laham,
Kamudyam,
Kabekim,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sara'ah,
Kayabyam,
Kayabim,
Wanakor,
Wanakal,
Koyashwan,
Kayashwam,
Nishadmanwa,
Shabawa,
Bayan,
Mayan,
Dara,
Darwa,
Hayawa,
Kaiwa,
Daman,
Dama,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Dama,
Dama,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Nada,
Nada,
Yamawa,
Yamawa,
Kaira,
Karab,
Wakaza'aba,
Kaza'aba,
Wakazaba,
Kazaba,
Wakatazor,
Katazal,
Manai,
Manai,
Ko,
Kal,
Nasayakamwa,
Nasiyakama,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amorwa,
Amarwa,
Yarasha,
Narasha,
Lanawa,
Nawa,
Ath,
Ath,
Nawath,
Nawath,
Alahayim,
Alahayam,
Alahayim,
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa,
Shaitamwa,
Kagogla,
Gogla,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapunya,
Lapunya,
Rakawa,
Rakawath,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Taba'ira,
Tab'ira,
Ya'ira,
Ya'ira,
Wa,
Wa,
Kalahaba,
Kalaba,
Talahat,
Talat,
Taryam,
Hayam,
Kun,
Khan,
Taradatma,
Tawadama,
Basa'iraka,
Asarika,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapathka,
Wapatka,
Tabahalam,
Tabalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Panyahum,
Palaham,
Kualawan,
Palawam,
Waya,
Waya,
Bakwashwa,
Akashwa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Yabashwa,
Labashwa,
Waya,
Yaya,
Bahawa,
Yahawa,
Ayai,
Ayai,
Waya,
Waya,
Kaparwa,
Kaparwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Abadwa,
Abadwa,
Waya,
Yaya,
Daiwa,
Daiwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Ata,
Ata,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Labaka,
Labadka,
Al-Yawan,
Ayawam,
Al,
Al,
Call,
Call,
Haratza.
Aratza. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace.
and be not still,
And be not still.
O God.
O God.
For lo,
For
thine enemies make a tumult,
thine enemies make a tumult.
and they that hate thee
And they that hate
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy
and
people.
consulted
And consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thy
They
enemies.
have said,
They have said,
Come
Come
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation,
that that the name of Israel
that the name of Israel
may be no more remembrance.
maybe no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The tabernacles of Edom
the tabernacles of Edom
and the
and
Ishmaelites
the Ishmaelites
of Moab
of Moab
and the
and
Hagarenes,
the Hagarenes,
Gabal
Gabal
and Ammon
and Ammon
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines
Philistines
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also was joined with them.
Assur also was joined with them.
They have hope in the children of
They
Lot.
have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as to the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of
at
Kassan,
the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb
Make their nobles like Oreb,
and like Zaid.
like Zaid.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes as Zabah
all their princes as
and as Amunah,
and as Amun,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of God in possession.
the house of God in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God.
make them like a wheel,
Make them like a wind,
as a stubble before the wind,
as a stubble before the
as
wind,
the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the
and
wood,
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
and as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute
with
them
thy
with
tempest,
thy tempest,
and make them
make
afraid
them afraid
with thy
with
storm.
thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy
that
name.
they may seek thy name.
O
Oh
Lord,
Lord,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled
and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth. Sorry, me.
Shalom. The water for tuning in. Tune in, Salakia.